Hello, my name is Jacob. Today I'm going to be talking about better public transportation in the United States. Now here is my audience member. All right, let's move on. So this may be a site that's pretty familiar to you. Highway full of cars, um, 3 times a day. Any major city in the United States, you've certainly seen this. And this is partially because we have such a high population here in the United States. We have about 330 million people, so we're about third in the world. But this is also mainly because 85% of us actually commute by car. And also, it's about a 30-minute commute each way average. And obviously, that can change when you get high traffic situations like this. And I believe that the United States has an outdated infrastructure system, and it definitely needs to invest in better public transportation, railway, bikeable, and walkable cities. Now, when I say an outdated infrastructure, what I'm talking about is in the 1955 infrastructure bill, where they decided to invest in a highway system that could cross the entire United States. Now, the idea was it could bring people between suburban areas into cities and farm areas to cities through commerce. And this did work, and it did help boost the economy of the United States. However, this also destroyed cities. And as you can see here in this picture, you can see the little neighborhood areas around this huge interchange. But at one time, this was all neighborhood, and it had to be completely gutted to put this highway system in here. So it broke up cities entirely. And this picture really can illustrate this a little bit better. This is like a before and after picture. So you can see how this whole block-wide area had to be just taken out to build this interstate through here. Now, there's a lot of reasons why and how they picked these areas to bulldoze down over other ones. Unfortunately, a lot of it was based on race and income level. Now, there's a lot of information out there about that. I would suggest looking it up. It really deserves its own presentation because it really did have a pretty big impact on our history. And one of the ways I really think that we could solve this infrastructure problem and traffic problem we have here in the United States is investing in trains. Now, before World War II, the United States had a pretty advanced train system. However, the car, oil, and tire companies spent money on buying out these privately owned streetcar systems. Now, back then, basically every major city in the United States had a streetcar system. Even Muskegon had a streetcar system. And obviously, San Francisco nowadays is well known for a streetcar system. But they all used to have them. And these car companies actually purchased them, scrapped them in favor of bus systems in order to basically grow business for themselves. Once again, there's a lot of information about that. You can look it up. But better train networks will help traffic for daily commuters, and it will also lower our per capita carbon emissions. And one of the arguments you hear a lot is, well, the United States is just too big. You can't possibly connect the whole thing with the rail system. But I would argue that it's too big to connect basically just only through highways. A nationwide rail system would really help with getting people back and forth. And another way that we could work on this is implementing more bike lanes and closing more downtown streets just to foot traffic. Walkable and bikeable cities really are the key to improving a downtown area, and it can have a huge positive impact on the small businesses. Here you can see this street is narrower and has plenty of places to park bikes. Here is a closed down street, people walking, there's businesses everywhere. And this can just have, it can basically make a downtown area more of a destination rather than a place where you just park or just drive through. And here's a good example of what I'm talking about. So this is a neighborhood in Philadelphia, which recently started being closed down. And you can see all of these businesses along here with people having dinner and going shopping with their families. It can really just make a big city feel like a small town. Now, this is specifically something we really want to avoid. Now, this is what some people call a strode, which essentially means it's a street, so a place where business is done, that's built like a road. So to accommodate as many cars and traffic as possible. Now, this is a huge issue if you are trying to bike or walk anywhere. You basically need a car to get everywhere. You can see a couple spots that have sidewalks sometimes, but you'll see this area if you go to Henry Street in Muskegon, Apple Avenue in Muskegon. If you're in Grand Rapids, like Plainfield, 28th Street, they all look like this. They're all very wide, no place to walk or ride bikes. It's very dangerous for pedestrians, bike riders, and it also drives out small businesses in favor for larger corporations. And I think this is a real problem. But I think how we can solve this is adopting a more European style of infrastructure. Like I said, walkable cities, bikeable cities, and also investing in railway. This would really help with local economies, and it would also help with the overall health of Americans. So, and another way we could do this is also voting for politicians who are committed to investing in better public transportation in the United States. It could really have a positive impact on everybody. Thank you.